The other concerns Mrs. Clinton, and a story that many in the media seem to be ignoring. The trouble started late yesterday at a campaign rally, not far from the scene of the devastating terror attack on the Pulse nightclub in Florida, an attack that left 49 people dead. As she spoke, an eagle-eyed reporter noticed someone very odd in the crowd, the gunman's own father. You see him here. He's sitting directly behind Mrs. Clinton. There's still no real explanation as to how he ended up in such a prominent seat. And when questioned directly about it today, Hillary Clinton was not interested in answering. Watch.
Secretary Clinton, should your campaign have known that Omar Mateen's father is at your campaign rally yesterday?
Thanks, Bo. Appreciate it.
Secretary Clinton, do you have time for a question? Thank you all very much.
It's like she didn't even hear him. She just ignored the question altogether. Trace Gallagher picks up the story for us from our West Coast newsroom tonight. Trace.
Hey, Trish, the campaign rally was held in Kissimmee, Florida, 20 miles from the Pulse nightclub where Omar Mateen shot and killed 49 people. Clinton began her speech by remembering the victims, and while she spoke, just steps away in the camera frame sat the killer's father, Sadiq Mateen, cheering her on, waving an American flag. Mateen was spotted by a West Palm Beach television station who later interviewed him as he held up a yellow banner stating that Clinton was good for national security and gun control laws. Watch.
Clinton is good for United States versus Donald Trump. I was invited by Democratic Party.
Just like a come support Hillary, just a regular chain email or a personal invitation?
So it came out, I'm a member. So as a member, I get the invitation. So it's nothing particular about it.
Well, the Clinton campaign quickly tried to distance itself from the issue, saying, quote, the rally was a 3,000-person open-door event for the public. This individual wasn't invited as a guest, and the campaign was unaware of his attendance until after the event. Today, Mrs. Clinton was asked about Mateen's attendance, and she ignored the question. Watch it again.
Secretary Clinton, should your campaign have known that Omar Mateen's father is at your campaign rally yesterday?
Thanks, Bo. Appreciate it.
Secretary Clinton, do you have time for a question? Thank you all very much.
The Florida Democratic Party also denied inviting him, but political analysts say for the Clinton campaign, the optics are bad because Sadiq Mateen supports her and is also on record supporting the Taliban, spouting anti-U.S. rhetoric, declaring his intent to run for president of Afghanistan. And though he condemned his son's actions, he also stated that God will punish those involved in homosexuality. Today, conservatives encouraged Donald Trump to capitalize on this, with the National Review writing, quote, if he can't make some noise over this and make up 5 points quick, he should just close up shop and let Pence Cruz handle it from here. So far, Donald Trump has said nothing about Sadiq Mateen's appearance at last night's Clinton rally, though VP candidate Mike Pence did mention it today.
Wow.
Trish.
All right. Thank you so much, Trace. Joining us right now with more, Brigitte Gabriel, founder of Act for America, Mark Thiessen, an American Enterprise Institute fellow and a Fox News contributor, and Nomiki Konst, founder of the Accountability Project. Brigitte, starting with you, I mean, what the heck is going on that the Hillary campaign somehow missed that this guy was seated there? Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe it one bit, because her advanced team knows exactly who's sitting behind her. These people are handpicked, and there is no way they did not know that he was sitting there. As a matter of fact, I don't doubt it that they even positioned him in there because they wanted to appeal to the Islamic vote. So the fact that she is denying that she knew he was there is total baloney. And even though if she did not know, if she's saying, I really did not know, what does that say about her carelessness? She is running for president, so she is endangering her position and the presidency of the United States by having the father of a terrorist who killed 49 Americans sitting just feet from her. That speaks volume about the lack of attention to security details surrounding her and her lackadaisy operation, just like what she did with the emails, hosting State Department emails on her personal server.
Let me get Mark into the conversation here, because you bring up an important point, Brigitte, and that's that the campaigns usually vet who's seated there behind the candidate, because after all, the television cameras are rolling, and gosh, you never know what someone's going to do. So, Mark, one would have to think that they did some vetting, right?
You would think they could. And look, Hillary Clinton is the one who said she's promised us she can vet Syrian refugees for terrorist ties, but she can't vet the people coming into her own rally. How is she going to vet Syrian refugees? This is the father of a terrorist who killed 49 people in Orlando just an hour away from that rally. And, you know, the Clinton campaign says that he wasn't invited. Mr. Mateen disagrees. He said in that interview with a local reporter, quote, "I was invited by the Democratic Party. I'm a member." He's on their email invite list. So, you know, it's a little bit, and he wasn't just one guy in the crowd. He was sitting there right behind Hillary Clinton. I mean, he was a prop used by the Democratic Party for this event. So apparently it's not just the emails that she's extremely careless with. It's also her rallies.
Well, Namiki, what amazes me is that the campaign is completely silent on this. I mean, you saw Hillary Clinton there. She got the question from a reporter. She acted like the reporter didn't even exist in the room and just walked right on by. Can they really just ignore this one away?
This is the issue that I think a lot of Democrats are facing right now is we are trying so hard to unify. But when you can't step up like Paul Begala did today and say, fire the advanced person. I mean, yes, this person had to be vetted through Secret Service, and he wasn't, or he was, or he got through somehow. And there's a broken piece of the Secret Service puzzle there. But it is up to the campaign's duty to come forward and say, you know what, we messed up. We've got to fix the cracks that we have in our system and be better. But the problem with the Clinton campaign that they've had since the 90s is that they can't say we were wrong. And that makes the burden on us Democrats who go out there and want to unify and want to talk about the issues very difficult. Because I can't defend that. I can't defend that as a Democrat. That was a bad advanced person. They should be fired. The Secret Service should do their job. And quite frankly, the job that they did at DNC and regulating every single thing that was happening in front of the cameras, they should do on stage at their own event.
Well, I can remember at that convention in Philadelphia, every time someone would start shouting no TPP, meaning the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership deal, all of a sudden you'd hear go Hillary. So they had scripted that effectively to try and mute some of those Bernie Sanders supporters there. Brigitte, you know, the campaign still has not come out and denounced this endorsement. She has not denounced this endorsement from this man who believed in the Taliban. Doesn't she need to do that kind of soon?
She should come out and disavow him if she really cares about this country and she is against terrorism. She should come out and say, I disavow his endorsement. I disavow anybody connected to the Taliban. These are our enemies. And I disavow anybody who basically calls for the killing of gays, because obviously this man stands for all these top three issues. And she has not done that, and that speaks volume about where she stands.
Mark, what's taken her so long?
I don't know. I mean, well, first of all, where's the media on this? You know, when Donald Trump was endorsed by David Duke and the KKK, and he didn't immediately renounce it, which he should have, but he didn't, there was a media feeding frenzy. Where is the media feeding frenzy when it comes to this? She was endorsed by the father of a terrorist who killed 49 Americans in our midst, and who proudly supports the Taliban, and who said an American ambassador should be arrested, and he said that his son shouldn't have killed those people because God will punish the people who are involved in homosexual activities.
Mark,
why hasn't she repudiated that endorsement?
Think about it. If Donald Trump had been on stage at a rally and you saw the father of the Charleston shooter behind him,
exactly.
I mean, can you imagine the uproar that you would see in the media community over that one? Mark.
Oh, of course, there would be. No, go ahead, Nomiki.
Well, I think the bottom line is you have to take responsibility for these situations. It doesn't mean that you have to disavow a terrorist when it's obvious that Hillary Clinton is not dancing with terrorists. I think that she just needs to say, you know what, we made a mistake. We have to assume that this person is, quite frankly, unhinged, I think, if he's seeking media attention.
But Nomiki, I mean, to answer that question that I just asked, I mean, don't you think that, you know, the media should be covering this more so? Because you know,
when you Google it, it's everywhere.
They're not really. I mean, we're one of the few right now that are covering this story. And it seems to me that it's a big enough story that she needs to come out with a mea culpa, as you have said. And Brigitte, last word to you. Do you think we're going to get it?
I don't think we're going to get it. She doesn't have a pattern of coming up and fessing up for her mistakes. But this is a wake-up moment for the country to realize that we have somebody running for office who doesn't care about national security, doesn't care about protecting the country, neither who she associates with. That's not what we want for a president.
All right. Thanks so much to the whole team. Appreciate you being here tonight. The other